Welcome back. Tina Fey, they love you. We love you. Come on.
Nice to be
You
here.
look great. First things first, how's the fam? How's everybody?
Everybody's good, thank you.
Yes, good. I know you and Jeff are about to celebrate your 25th wedding anniversary?
Yes.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. So you all were wrong.
No.
Everybody who said we weren't gonna make it.
Are you doing anything special?
We already did. We went, I had to go to Los Angeles for the premiere of the Four Seasons anyway, so we were like, well, let's just go a little early. We had a little weekend at the hotel.
Yeah.
Quiet, did nothing.
Yes.
Sat by the pool. One point we said, do you want to walk around a mall? And I was like, yes.
Yes.
Walk around a mall with no kids, not go into Hollister. Not like
You don't have to do
I was like,
anything.
you want to, yeah, just do what you want. I was like, you want to look at these wide shoes in Allen Edmonds for an hour? Do it. Do it. This is love.
That's exactly
They
why
have
you
special
do it.
wide shoes.
That's why those malls exist.
Yeah, so it was awesome.
Give my best to Jeff. will
I
you,
will.
please? He's the most talented guy. I love
He really
it.
is.
I also, by the way, want to talk to you because I got a chance to do a little walk-on, but we both did SNL UK.
Yes.
You hosted the first ever episode. You
Yes.
crushed it, bud.
Thank you.
That was
That's so
fantastic. Wait, wasn't it the oddest?
It was so fun. Like, it was so weird because you go there and the set, it's like one of those dreams where you go into, you're like, is this a room in my house I didn't know was here?
Yeah.
Because it was like, it looked like SNL, but a little different, and everyone was like kind of the same jobs. But everyone is so awesome, and they're so cute and so funny that I was like, they asked me to be the first host, and I was like, no, I think it should really be a British person hosting. And they were like, we agree. No British people will do it. Because they were like, they weren't sure it was gonna work over there. And then once we did that first show and everyone saw that cast is hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
Then it's like now they have no trouble booking
They're
hosts.
so talented.
They're so
everybody.
good.
The writers, everybody, they're
amazing.
great.
It was also crazy to be back in an SNL environment because in my mind I was like, okay, I was like, I'll be helpful. I can write my own monologue. Like, sure, that's fine. And then we got to the table read, and I wanted to be like, oh, I don't have any characters. I'm like, I'm not Maya. Like, I hope. So I was like,
I'm
I
not
can't.
doing sketches.
So
Yeah.
and then also I'd be doing sketches, and to be in like that SNL environment and to be like in a costume or whatever, in my mind, I'm like 35. So I'd be like rehearsing the sketch, and I'd turn around and see a glimpse of myself and be like, oh, Jesus Christ. It was like a real jump scare.
No.
Who is this witch?
No.
Did you have fun when you went and?
I had the best time of you because you kind of know who everyone is, the
Yeah.
American version. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's Donna. She does wardrobe, but it's not. Her name's not Donna.
Right.
And, yeah, and I go, that's Louis, but it's not Louis.
Right.
So and then and everyone has British accents. And this one guy, I don't know if you had this great director. We did a short thing, and do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What's his
he
name?
He directs like the short film pieces. His name is Will Ferrell.
Yes, exactly. He goes, dude, they've tripped me out. I goes, I'm your director. My name is Will Ferrell. I go, yeah, right. I go,
Yeah. And then it was so cute to see you on Update and to see, because everyone's starting at the same time and like so excited to be there.
Yes.
And Anya and Patty are the Weekend Update hosts.
Yes.
And I was like, oh my God, they're like baby me and you, except
Yes.
Patty really is Irish and Anya really is bisexual. They're like the 21st century me and
us,
you.
yes. I totally reminded of us, by the way, because I was like, and they were asking me all these questions, like, when did you and Tina do the jokes?
Yeah.
I go, we used to have a thing we called it Bagel Time.
Bagel Times, yeah.
Bagel Times, where we show up Saturday morning, and one of us would get bagels, the other person would get coffee.
Yeah.
And we'd lay out all the jokes on the table, and then you'd be like, all right, I wrote all the goofy ones, but you're like, all right, Jimmy needs a couple jokes, you give me some jokes.
Yeah.
And it was that energy. They stayed writing all night.
Yeah.
And then I did a bit where I had to pop up behind the desk.
Yeah.
And I was so nervous, I didn't want to mess up their thing, so I just went out early, and I went out way too early. I was under the desk for like 5 minutes. I was like, in between these two chairs under the Update desk, and I'm like, I'm here way too early. But they were so nice, and it was so fun, and I just felt like a new baby. They were so excited and proud of their.
I know.
They loved it.
I'm so like in love with them. Like in my mind, I'm their auntie forever. Like in my mind, like I'm gonna go to their kids' weddings. They're never gonna talk to me again.
How's our pal Amy Poehler? Are you guys still?
She's great.
Are you still touring?
We want to tour again. So Amy and I have this tour, the Restless Leg Tour.
It was so funny. It crushed. You were the
It
best.
was so fun. And we have so many places that we still want to go. But I've been shooting Four Seasons, and then Amy started shooting her new show, Dig, that comes out. And I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah. So we haven't been able to get back out on the road, but I really miss doing it. And the other thing that I loved about touring is selling merch. Because we sell, like, I love good merch. You always have good merch.
I'll try.
And so we sell like Tina and Amy sweatshirts, Tina and Amy socks. And I did bring you one merch item. So we haven't been out much. So we started making these right before we paused the tour. So, okay, I don't know if your girls ever had this, but my daughters used to have a soft doll that was like Cinderella on one side, and then you flipped it over, and it was Snow White.
Oh,
did kids ever have that?
Yeah, the dress flips around.
And I was like, well, we got to have these for the tour. So we have these, which are, it's this, looks exactly like me. And then,
Dude, you're the best.
if you flip it over, Amy,
That is fantastic.
and this is anatomically correct.
That is wow.
And it's, so we're just sitting on a warehouse full of these.
That is.
But, it's any toy should be creative, Steve. Like if you don't want to play with me and Amy, what if maybe Belle got old and Cinderella's mad that she's got a gay husband? Or maybe, maybe you want it to be Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene.
There you go. Yeah, so you get there's many uses.
But yeah, so if you want to buy one of these, go to the Tonight Show Instagram and put your credit card number in the comments.
Yes.
And we will get that to you.
That is absolutely the best invention I've ever seen. I love that. I love that.
That's
It's just amazing. I love this. Oh my gosh. This is what I wanted. I love it so much. By the way, we have the cast of Schmigadoon here tonight. Our pal, they're so talented. Our pal Anna Gasteyer is in it and got nominated for a Tony.
Yes.
Which she deserves. And then our pal Rachel Dratch is in Rocky Horror, and she got nominated for a Tony. And our pal Maya Rudolph is in Oh Mary on Broadway right now.
Yeah, and she can't be nominated for a Tony because the show's already open.
Yes.
Otherwise, she would totally be nominated.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
She
I brought you another merch thing. Hold on.
This is
Let me
amazing.
find it.
You're
Look at
giving
my
me
butt.
these
Wait,
gifts.
here it is. Okay. All right. So yeah. So because it's so exciting to have 3 SNL ladies on Broadway, and Polar and I were like, we got to make merch. So our SNL lady group chat is called the SNL Tang. It's unfortunate Paul Appel named it. It's short for Poontang.
Oh my God. Paula, you're in trouble. You're in trouble again, Paula.
So the SNL Tang are all on Broadway. So we tried to find the cheesiest font. I don't know if you can see that, but it says SNL Tang on Broadway.
Wow.
And then it's got all the shows on it. You got Schmigadoon Rock. And so that's for you too.
Dude, come on. Are you kidding me with this merch?
Free merch. I'm all done.
I will cherish this. I love everybody in that group text.
Yeah.
Congrats, by the way. I know you're talking about doing 4 seasons. It's the #1 series on Netflix right now, but you can't beat #1. It's funny. It's moving. I love Will Forte.
The best.
I can't get enough of.
He's the sweetest, weirdest man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love him. He's the greatest.
Yeah,
he
he's the
actually
greatest.
is legit, like from a different planet.
He's from another planet, absolutely.
Do you remember when he grew his neck beard? Do you remember that?
I vaguely do, yeah.
So he would shave his whole face except for here down.
Horrible.
Just to see what it would look like.
Yeah.
It was just that. Oh, then he shaved half his face. Do you remember that?
Did he do that for Last Man on Earth?
Yes.
He shaved half of his head and half a beard or something.
His eyebrow, his hair, and his beard.
Yeah. And he's like sort of didn't realize he had to walk around like that.
No,
for
in
a
real
long
life,
time.
yeah. It's like, dude, you could just wear a wig or do something for the show. No, he just, he's amazing. And Coleman Domingo.
Coleman Domingo, yeah. Carrie Kenny Silver.
Carrie Kenny Silver's
Erica
amazing.
Henningsen, Marco Cavani. Yeah, so it's
Steve Carell?
Steve Carell. Well, Steve was on season 1, and then I killed him.
Yeah, you killed.
I'm sorry.
You killed Steve Carell.
Another group chat we had was that 4 Seasons cast group chat, and then when we got the pickup for season 2, everyone was like, "This is so great news! Oh my God, season 2, amazing, amazing!" And then like 2 minutes later, Carell just texted, "I'm dead." I was like, "Sorry, Steve," but I don't know. Does he come back magically in season 2? I don't know. Watch it and see. I don't know.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
I do know.
Yeah, but you also directed.
I did. I directed an episode for the first time. I had never directed before, which everyone kept saying, I can't believe you haven't directed before.
30 Rock?
Never did 30 Rock because there was so much going already, and Alice was a baby, and I was like, I don't need one more job here.
You're doing enough. Yeah, oh my gosh.
And so it just felt like the time was finally
I think you'd be a
appropriate.
great director.
Well, you know how bossy I am.
No, we should be. You should be bossy. You know what you're doing, man. You need someone to make a decision and say,
well,
no,
when
this
you're a
is good.
showrunner, you're already answering 99% of those questions anyway.
Yes.
Like, what do you want the prop to look like?
That
How
should
do
be
you
blue.
want this?
That should be, yeah.
Yeah, so it just was, the camera stuff is I tried to learn, like, and whenever someone tells me they're like, this needs to be left to right and the eye line's here and then this needs to go to the way, my eyes, it's like when my,
Glaze over.
like when they try to explain my taxes to me, I'm like, okay. But then they just have people that make sure you don't mess it up.
Would you ever do Broadway, by the way?
Oh my God, I wish that I had the skill. I would love to write something for Broadway.
Yeah.
The musical theater people in my house are Jeff Richmond, my husband. He's like legit, he can do it. And by the way, you know who's doing a musical this summer with Jeff Richmond?
Who?
Steve Higgins.
Wait, what?
Yes.
We are.
What are you talking about?
1776.
Yeah.
Jeff does this thing every year, right? He goes back to his hometown.
Yeah.
It's like a reading thing. It's like it's a weekend. I think.
Yeah, it's like June 20th.
20th.
It's this beautiful old regional theater in Ohio called the Renaissance Theater in Mansfield, Ohio. And they're going to do a production of 1776, which is the correct way to celebrate our country's anniversary.
That's right.
And
Jeff and I are going to fight each other.
And you're going to UFC
With
fight.
KFC. We're going to eat a lot of KFCs.
And you're going to play one of the founding fathers.
I'm going to play John Dickinson, my hero as growing up as a kid.
There you go.
Oh, what are you talking about? Come on.
It's going to be fantastic.
Dude, that's fantastic. I love it.
Love that. But Jeff and I's favorite, we bonded over it instantly.
Yeah, boys love 1776.
Boys love 1776.
Yeah, we do. Let's say
Yeah.
yeah.
Boys love 1776 the way little girls love Frozen.
How do we set up what's going on in season 2?
Okay, season 2 of the 4 seasons. So last year Steve Carell died.
Yeah.
And his girlfriend was pregnant. We found out at the end of the season. So it's like 6 months later in season 2. There's a baby on the way. We're trying to figure out, like, do we still hang out with our friends, our dead friend's girlfriend? Like, what
who
do we
knows?
do? And like we're trying to figure out how to proceed, like figure out grief and also like these big life questions of like, oh yeah, like what's next when you're our age? And so, but mostly the show is just to steal from Amy Poehler, it's just meant to be a good hang.
Yeah.
A very lovely member of your crew backstage just said to me, thank you for your show. I binge watched the whole thing. I love that I can watch it in bed when I'm going to sleep. And she said, thank you for making a show that moms can watch.
Oh, come on. It's good. It's dramatic. It's sad. It's everything you want. And the thing is about friends that see each other 4 times a year.
Because you see us 4 different times of the year,
It's do you go to Italy this?
This season we go to Italy, which was beautiful. We got to go to Italy before Christmas time.
Come on.
I mean, what a scam.
What a scam. How do we set up the clip?
Okay, so this clip you're going to see is from an episode. This is the episode I directed, and basically Will and I, Forte and I, play a married couple, and we have pledged that we're training for a marathon. That we're going to run a marathon in Nick's honor, in Steve Carell's honor.
All right, there you go.
But one of us might be lying.
All right, here's Tina Fey and Will Forte in the 4 seasons. Take a look.
What if we run around the room, jog a little bit, get some steps in?
You run tiptoe like that?
I think I run differently outside.
You're gonna destroy your Achilles by marathon day.
My brother in Christ, she will not be there on Marathon Day.
What? Yes, I will.
What's the first song on our running playlist? Main theme from
Cars.
The Last of
Star Wars.
the Mohicans.
The last song. It's a good guess. We love it. Tina Fey, everybody. Season 2 of the 4 seasons is streaming now on Netflix. Marlon Wayans joins us after the break. Stick around, everybody.